While Casey Hickox's battle with the state intensifies, she is getting support from at least one local official who agrees that she has a right to leave her home in Fort Kent, Maine. Fort Kent is home to about 4,000 people. It's about as far north as you can go in the lower 48 states. It's just across the St. John River from Canada. Joining us now on the phone is the town manager of Fort Kent, Donald Guimond. Mr. Guimond, thanks for joining us. So you disagree with the governor's order for an in-home quarantine for Casey. Why?
I would say that is not totally accurate. We agree as a community to abide by the federal CDC guidelines, and we believe that Casey has been doing that. Unless instructed otherwise, that's the guidelines that we will follow.
Okay, so you agree that she should abide by the CDC guidelines, but what the governor seems to be proposing and the Maine health officials go beyond that. And are you saying you agree or you disagree with what the governor is proposing?
What I'm saying is that as a community, we would enforce the CDC guidelines because those are the guidelines that are in place today. If in the future the governor is successful in implementing different policies, then we would follow those different policies. But as of today, the federal policies are the policies that we are following.
The governor has said that people in the community, your community, are afraid of Casey and that he fears that if she's seen around town, someone might try to hurt her in retaliation for her defiance. Is that accurate? Are there people there who are afraid of her? Are there people there that might hurt her?
I would agree that the folks in our community are concerned about this situation. I would not totally agree that there are people from within our community that would necessarily harm her. But we're part of the world. Anyone could show up at our doorsteps and create havoc here, and we're trying to avoid that as best we can.
Yesterday, when asked about why state officials are insisting upon this in-home quarantine, Maine's health commissioner cited, quote, concerns about the lack of reliability and the lack of trustworthiness in the information that has been received, unquote. Do you know what the health commissioner is referring to, why the state of Maine would have doubts about the information it receives about Casey Hickox's health?
I do not have any idea what that's about.
Do you have any doubts about her health and the status of her health as she has told the world that she does not have any symptoms?
Well, we have no reason to believe that her statements as it pertains to her symptoms are inaccurate.
The governor, as you heard earlier in the show, said that her behavior, Casey Hickox's behavior, is riling people up. Is that accurate?
I think that the attention that this has brought upon our community is having that effect, and Casey is part of that as well.
How has this impacted the people of Fort Kent more largely?
Well, I mean, in the greater context, it's put our community, in essence, in the center of the world, and it is all-consuming.